Welcome back. So in this video I'm going to be covering a very easy and simple topic, and that's while loops. A while loop is actually one of the constructs that C++ offers for flow control. So let's look at the snippet of code here. So I've got my main function, and I have defined an unsigned variable called val, and this, what you see here, is what's called while loop. So a while loop executes as long as this condition is true. So the condition is actually within uh, these brackets, and as you can see, you are checking to see whether the value is less than 10, and if the value is less than 10, then this block of code executes. And the block of code is actually defined by these two braces, the starting brace and the ending brace. So as long as val is less than 10, you should see this line getting printed to the console. So after that, the value of this variable val is incremented. So we use the post increment operator here to increment the value of val. And then what happens, control once again flows back to the top here of the while loop, and it checks to see if the value of this variable val is still less than 10. And as long as it's less than 10, it should keep executing this block of code. And there would come a time when val is actually beyond the value 10. So at that point, control will flow out of the while loop, right, out of this block of code, because this condition is going to evaluate to false. So let me write a comment here. So this condition checks if val is less than 10, right? And this block of code, okay, let me write a comment here. So this block of code will execute only as long as val is less than 10. All right, once your while loop is done, you should see this statement executing, where we actually output the final value of val. So let's quickly run our program and see what the output looks like. Alright, so we do see that the intermediate value of val is being printed. So I've initialized it to a value of 0, so then it checks to see that it's less than 10. Yes, of course, 0 is less than 10, so you see the intermediate value getting printed. So you get intermediate value is 0, and then what happens, the variable increments. So you next get the value 1, and then you see all these statements getting executed. So we come to the point where it's 9, right? And then what happens, the intermediate value of val is 9, and then this statement would execute where 9 becomes 10. When it goes here to do the check again, obviously 10 is not less than 10, so that's when control flows out of the loop, and you would see the final value getting printed out here, and that's what we see here. The final value of val is 10. So this is just a short video, and yeah, the while loop is a very important construct, and it's good to actually have a good overview and a grip of it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.